My name is Giles, and I'm the butler for this estate. 13 strangers will be arriving here to play a game.
I sell frozen food.
I had football coach.
Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon the all-new ABC reality show known as Whodunnit. I'm going to talk about the first episode. And without any further ado, let's go and get to it, shall we? As always in my videos, I'm going to tell you guys a little about the creator of the series. That way you guys can be more informed. So, Anthony E. Zucker is the man behind the creation of the ABC series known as Whodunnit, and he is mainly known for creating the American show known as CSI. Now, Whodunnit is a little bit different than most of the shows I review. Normally I just review TV series, but Whodunnit is actually the first reality competition show that I've ever reviewed. And most of the time I'll talk about the actors and the plot and stuff like that. Well, with a reality competition show like Whodunnit, I'm going to come at it with a different approach. I'm not going to talk about some of the things I would normally talk about. I'm going to talk about three things mainly. Whether or not the show was interesting for me to keep watching, if the show entertained me, and overall, was the show enjoyable to watch. That's the approach I'll be taking because when you talk about a reality competition show, it's kind of a different approach than most series. So, what is Whodunnit all about? Well, it's pretty much Clue board game. That's pretty much what the show is. We have 13 contestants show up to a house. They have no idea at all why they're there and the events that are about to happen there. 13 people show up wanting to win $250,000, and all they know there was some sort of mystery, some sort of game they have to play in order to win this, $250,000 grand prize. Little do they know when they actually arrive that one of those 13 contestants, don't worry, I'm not going to give away any spoilers until maybe 3 or 4 minutes into the review, I might, but while there, one of these 13 contestants is killed. Now there's only 12 left, and pretty much this show is trying to find out who the killer is, how the death happened, where it happened, what weapon was used, and that whole thing. And these 12 people are pretty much wanting to win this $250,000 grand prize and also save their lives, and try not to be killed and find out who the killer is. So we have, after that one person dies, we have a total of 12 contestants, and every week one of those contestants will be eliminated until the finale, I guess, and then we have a butler by the name of Giles, and he is the one who actually, is kind of the game host, the one who kind of runs everything, and then there's a maid that walks them to each room. Those are pretty much all of our characters. That's the gist and pretty much the plot synopsis of the ABC reality competition show known as Whodunnit. Overall, what did I think about the first episode? I really enjoyed this first episode, and I'll be honest, I don't normally watch reality shows. I think a lot of them are just, okay. I'm not really big on reality shows. I mainly try to look for just, TV series with somewhat of an underlining theme, somewhat of an underlining plot. Well, I wanted to venture out a little bit and try watching a reality competition show, and I have to say, Whodunnit impressed me very much. Now, how did it do that? Well, it was actually extremely interesting. One of my favorite board games has always been the Clue board game. It's always just been really fun, and that's kind of what Whodunnit is. That's one of the things I loved about it was its premise. You're trying to find out, who did what, where they did it, and Whodunnit plays it off in a very, 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 might I say, interesting way where it makes, the things interesting to happen. Now, I'm not really going to talk about the actors and where they acted because we all know the show is scripted. They're not actually going to have people die on set, and if people were dying on set, the characters, themselves would be getting the heck out of there, and they sure wouldn't be staying at the house, because they'd be getting out of there because they don't want to die unless they really wanted to win that $250,000 grand prize. I know I would be getting out of there. So, pretty much, Whodunnit, the reality show, overall, I really enjoyed it. And some of the other things I liked about it was the butler character himself. Now, I know he's probably acting, so I liked his character a lot. His name is Giles. He had a very formal and professional way, and just overall a unique way of talking where he ran the show. It seems maybe from the promos, it seems like he might, I don't know if he's involved, but, he could be, himself, he could be the killer himself, but I think that'd be a little too obvious if the butler was the killer. If the maid was the killer, I think those choices would be too obvious because we don't know too much about the little maid girl that walks around. I think Giles would be too much of an obvious character to pick to do the killing, so I do think it's one of the 12 contestants. And I think as time goes on, it'll become more relevant and more clear of who the killer actually is. So like I said, the best thing about Whodunnit is the overall premise of the show. It makes it very interesting to watch the way, as I was watching, I'm trying to, piece together all the facts in my head, oh, did it happen here? Oh, did it happen here? It's kind of a fun murder mystery to watch, to watch these things play out, to watch the characters or the actors in the show form certain alliances, and people are giving away information that they weren't supposed to, give away. Because pretty much what happens is a girl, I'm going to give away some spoilers here, a girl is killed, she drops her champagne gas, and for that reason she is killed because he didn't think that she was strong enough because she was a cheerleader or some, stuff like that. Anyways, she is killed, so we pretty much have, you can choose 3 places to go. You can choose the morgue and actually go to the body and actually, look at the body and that whole thing. So you go to the morgue and look at the, the dead body. You can look at the actual crime scene and find out, piece together facts about the crime scene. Or you can actually go to the last known whereabouts and look, some facts about the last known whereabouts. So you choose one of these 3 places, and then after that, they all come together, and then they piece together all, if they're, because eventually, even though they form alliances, everybody ends up finding out at the end how the murder was done. And I actually thought it was a pretty creative way to end the episode. I didn't think you were going to find out till, end of the series, how these killings were happening, but they revealed it at the end. I don't know if they're going to do this for every episode, but it seems at the end of every episode, they're going to reveal to you how the murder was done, and it was a really unique way. I kind of liked, I know it's a reality show, I know it's not a movie, but I did like the way, major spoilers coming up, I liked the way the slingshot, hit through, the wind, it took out the window, went through it, hit her, she fell over, he frayed the cord so the water would fall out and it would shock her, and even though she was already dead, her body still moved, so it looked like she was shocked to death. Characters had different opinions on her, and it almost feels like you're one of the characters in the show. We all know that our lives are not at stake, but you feel like you're one of those characters walking around trying to piece together the facts, trying to find out who actually did what. I don't really have a favorite character yet. Some of the characters seem interesting. I've only seen 1 episode, so I really can't pick a person that I like more. So far, I like Giles, the butler. He's really cool. So far, he's probably my favorite character. Like I said, the premise and just the whole murder mystery factor about it is the most interesting thing about it. I definitely will keep watching the show because overall, it's really fun to watch, really fun to watch, who actually did the killings. And plus, Clue is my favorite board game. Anyways, that's pretty much my thoughts and opinions upon the all-new ABC reality show known as Whodunnit on the ABC channel. So, just so you guys know, I will be having weekly reviews on this, so make sure to stay tuned every week as I review this. Whodunnit comes on every Sunday night, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock for everyone else. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe on the page below, and I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.